Alright, so James and Tammy driving in the car again. We're driving all the time. We don't have time to get things done otherwise. Alright, so
ask me that question that you asked me.
I gave her a preamble. What the first question was. Here it is. What happens if my dame mated 3 sires? I want to know who's the real father of these litters.
And do you really want to know my question?
Go ahead.
Or my answer?
Go ahead.
You need to go have her sterilized. She's a little hooker. I said, that's a nicer word than what I said a while ago.
Yeah, it is. Right, so well, the answer here is, of course, you can have multiple sires. Nothing's going to, depending on the size of the dog, you can have 15 puppies, and potentially it could all be sired by 15 different sires.
Your female shouldn't have been out getting done by that many dogs.
Well, that's a good point.
You need to pay more attention to your female when she's in heat, and when she's going to be ready. When she comes in heat, put her up.
Well, we hear this quite a bit.
Put her away from the other males.
Yeah, this is good.
Ridiculous.
Well, people don't realise. So that's a pretty good point actually, because
common sense tells you to put her up.
Yeah, but what people do is they go put the dog in the backyard with a fence, and the next thing you know, the next door neighbour's dog's buried underneath it.
Put your female up when they're in heat. Well, you've got dogs that'll eat through wooden fences, dig holes underneath. Put her up.
You're right. So you're exactly right. So you don't want to be in this situation. I mean, you could deliberately use multiple sires because you may have had some semen shipped to you that was of questionable quality. You really want to have a litter, and you've got a local stud you could use as well. Nothing illegal about that. AKC doesn't mind if you do it, but you do have to do a DNA parentage. So what you do is you do a swab on all the puppies, and you have to have the swabs on the parent and the sire, and on all the sires. And from that, I've got a video on this, and that you can figure out exactly who the daddy is of each puppy. Now, you're going to have to do multiple litter registrations, and each litter registration is going to cost you $25. And each time that you have to swab a puppy and do a test, it's going to cost you $40. So you could run up some money doing this, but there's no reason why you can't do it. But what Tammy said is exactly right. Look, don't unintentionally have multiple sires, because one of them might be, you might have a Chihuahua that got bred to a German Shepherd. That would be a good day. So just like Tammy said, how long is a dog in heat for?
Anywhere from 14 to 16 to 18.
Yeah, it could be quite some
20
time.
Days.
Could be 20 days of in heat that the dog could be receptive.
But just be responsible for your pets, your females.
So just be aware of the fact that just because you stop bleeding doesn't mean that she's still not in heat, that you couldn't get bred. So the answer to the question is you can do this. You'll have to go do AKC DNA. Sometimes you can tell because of the colours of the puppies. All right, enough on that one. My female went from 6.6 to 10 in one day, and the only difference was ovulation supplements. Well, she's talking about progesterone levels. Well, look, progesterone levels double every day, so that's actually not abnormal at all. So what happens with progesterone levels is typically most dogs, they go up 1 point. The first 5 days they're sub 1. After day 5 they go up 1 point a day till they get to about a level of 5 on day 9, and then they almost double every day. So 6.6 to 10, that is actually quite normal, and I doubt very much that, now people are going to tell me I'm wrong on this, but I doubt very much that any of these supplements probably can do very much, but they probably can't do any harm either. What is the intensity gene? Does that mean it carries cream? What do you know about intensity gene? Not much, because I don't know a lot either.
It's just getting out, just starting out. Right. Your heroes.
Yeah, so the intensity gene
which I'm going to be getting one of those.
There we are. The intensity gene is a modifier.
I'm excited. They're so pretty.
They are pretty, aren't
they? Oh, they're very eye-catching.
So your hero looks like a Shiba Inu. There's a Frenchie that has these pretty white patches on its cheeks.
10 points.
Yes, and then under its arms too, right? It has to be a tan-pointed dog.
Very interesting to me. Everybody's eye peel's different. I thought it was very neat and unique looking.
We've got a really pretty girl hero. You're a hero. Coming here in another 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Very pretty little thing.
Tiny little thing.
But she's got the intensity gene. So the intensity gene is a modifier that changes other genes like cream to make it even whiter than it would normally be. So it doesn't do anything to introduce a new colour. It's just a modifier. And you have to have 2 copies because it is a recessive gene. So if a dog has only 1 copy of it, the puppy, it won't affect the puppy. It has to have 2 copies.
And you know me, I like unique. That's why I'm with this guy.
There's only one of me.
Thank God, yeah. That's
Hi, James.
right.
I have a dog, Coco. Is considered chocolate. Yes, it is. Asking that question. Also, if the L1 carries enough to be called it, well, she's talking about the L1, L4 gene. Long coat fluffy gene, right?
Yeah, fluffy gene.
So, it's a recessive gene again. You have to have 2 copies to get a visual fluffy. And L1 through L4 doesn't mean the length of the coat. It's just a different variance of the fluffy gene. You don't have to put an L1 with an L1 to get a fluffy dog. You can put an L1 with an L4 and you'll still get fluffies. L2s and L3s, I don't think I've ever seen them on a report, have you?
No,
Everything comes up L1, L4. I mean,
yeah.
you know, so we've got a fluffy who is L1, L4. And some people have commented, I like that. I'm really not sure why that would really make a difference.
He's super, super fluffy.
He is super
Oh,
fluffy.
the softest fluff.
Oh, Wolfie.
And does not shed. No, that is Denali.
That's another interesting thing about fluffies, isn't it? Is that they
Wolfie
don't
doesn't shed either.
They don't shed. I know it. It's kind of weird. You'd think they shed like crazy.
Yeah. You think they what?
You'd think they shed like crazy. What?
I thought you said something else.
Okay, let's not even talk about that.
It's your accent, right?
Hey, I became an American citizen today.
Yes.
Well,
need a little flag.
I went and had my little test done so that I can join the club with you all. I've been here for most.
Well, you got one more thing to go through, right?
I've got to have this ceremony. I've lived in America since
do the flag then.
1978, so I'm more Okie-fied than most Okies that I meet because I've lived in Oklahoma and Texas for 42 odd years. It's been great, by the way. I love America. Best place on earth.
Now you can run for president.
No, you can't. No, you have to be born in America.
Oh,
that was on
right.
the test.
Oh, that's
you would fail
right.
a test.
I would have failed it.
They wouldn't let Tammy
Failed it big.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you some questions on the test, and I bet lots of people don't know. How many representatives are there in Congress? How many representatives are there in Congress? 435. Who knows that one? Can you do? We were talking about that before. All right, we're skipping through here. Sorry.
You're not very good.
I have a blue-pied male that has some other colour mixed in, and I'm unsure if it's merle or brindle. It's very faint. How can I know definitively?
Sounds like brindle.
That's right.
Sounds like brindle to me.
That's what I said in the comments to that person.
DNA test.
That's right. Well, there's some other ways you could tell, right? If you knew about the parents.
Vet gen.
Right. So, well, the first thing is, if you know that both parents don't have brindle, then so it just takes a single copy of brindle to show up. So if neither parents have brindle, for instance, they're both fawns, they've both got tan points, and you've got some markings in the coat, then maybe it could be merle. But look, you should know because one of the parents should be merled up.
Yeah. If you don't know the history background of your pet that you bought and you think that you may want to breed, do the DNA.
So you go to Animal Genetics.
So you have the knowledge.
Right, go to Animal Genetics, Tallahassee, Florida. They're great people.
Yeah.
They're the least expensive. They're the quickest to get results. And you have to actually physically ask for the merle test because the regular coat color test does everything but merle. Or the fluffy gene. You've got to ask for those. And they're another $40 a test, I think. But the answer is you've probably got a brindle there, almost certainly.
Yeah.
But a DNA test would be your real answer to find out.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't know what their DNA is on their dogs.
Hi James, I saw an Instagram post where a French Bulldog's eyes glowed blue. I tried to research why that happens. I couldn't find an answer. I was hoping that you know. Do you know, Tammy?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Well, most puppies are born with blue eyes. Just like babies. Human babies are born with blue eyes, right? And they change colour. Unfortunately, a blue eye doesn't tell you anything that I'm aware of at all about
Other than you probably have merle.
I see. Yeah, okay. Well,
Well, not blowing it.
Well, so that's something that we get requests for quite a bit. People get worried about, they want particular eye
they
colour.
want this blue blue eyes in my puppy. Is my puppy going to have blue eyes?
Right, so the puppy's born with blue eyes, and they want those blue eyes to stay.
Remember when we used to raise labs? They had the prettiest turquoise eyes.
So you can get this though, can't you, in a lilac?
Yeah, they had the pretty green.
So lilacs tend to have. So
looking.
Right, so we seem to see that stay, don't we? So that's probably, if you're really worried about. So chocolates tend to have green eyes or yellow eyes. Most other dogs have more.
Lilacs have real pretty eyes.
Have really pretty eyes. Merles have interesting eyes. You tend to get. You may even see an eye that's two different colours in the same eye.
Colors. Yeah.
It's very.
Well, I know a breeder that has a Isabella, and she has one green eye and one blue eye. Oh my gosh, she is beautiful.
And we've had a Merle before that's had one eye's white on one side and blue on the other side in the same eyeball.
Yeah.
Looks very different and striking.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a video explaining the black coat colour and what it carries? So, I'm not sure exactly. I mean, here's the deal on black. I mean, there's two ways that you see black. Well, I'm not just really clear on this, so I'm probably going to talk wrong. But basically, if you see a black dog, most of the time it's actually a brindle dog. If you see a dog that's AA double recessive and it's not blue and it's not chocolate, it'll be black. So that's the other way you get a black dog. So a black and tan typically would be an ATA dog that doesn't carry blue or chocolate and doesn't carry brindle. Somebody asked about. I want to leave that one. So those ones I answered in the last Q&A. So we're going to go back. What is the price of the heating mat? So someone's asking about the heating mat that we manufacture, and
the
whelping heating kit. Yeah, and that's, I'm going to move this camera here a little bit. And that guy's $199, and any size you want, we'll build one for you to fit. Now let's move that just a little bit there. So lots of people have asked about our current litter. We've had tons and tons of hits on this last litter of Merles.
And I only have two left.
Two boys.
Two boys.
Right. Cream, maybe platinum.
Harlequin.
And the Harlequin Merle.
The Harlequin Merle.
Right.
And so we've got two boys left. All the girls are gone.
People ask about pricing. A couple of things. Number one, I don't talk about those in these videos. You can go to our site. You can call us up. You can talk to Tammy. What's your number, Tammy?
580-799-1910. And
the price is a little bit in limbo right now because we're still waiting on getting the DNA report back, which we'll get back in a few days.
Didn't phase the other people. They knew it was either going to be a lilac or it was going to be a lilac maker. That's what these babies are.
I'm having trouble collecting my male. He's barely putting out any sperm, and I'm not interested in any way with my 3 girls, who are all in heat right now.
How old is he?
What can I do? Well, it's interesting because I actually talked to this person. I ended up sending semen out to her for her 3 dogs 2 days ago and today, so they can get a dog pregnant. But the dog is less than a year old, and this is a common thing that I see where you've got a dog who's not really a stud dog yet, or he's not been studded out very often, but you want to use him. He's your boy, and he runs around with the other girls, and therein lies the problem, right? So what do?
Separate them.
Yes, exactly. And that's what she did. You separate them. So what you do is, and I had this problem occasionally where our boys, we've got lots of stud dogs, and our boys, they will produce, within literally 10 seconds of pulling a cup out. But they'll produce better sometimes if there's a female present, and sometimes just swapping a female out, if they're
something new.
That's right, exactly.
Greener on the other side.
Something new. It's the
You better not ever do that.
Not that I'm a video on camera.
The reason why I asked how old was he, because if he was an older male, at least 2 or 3, then it would tell me that they weren't practicing with him enough beforehand.
So
you got to practice with your male.
That's exactly. So this is a good point, isn't it?
That's why James's one left arm is bigger than the other.
Not on myself.
James, now you're always taking a step further. That's terrible.
So, how's your right arm?
He doesn't sleep with me anymore.
Yeah, whatever.
I kicked him out.
So So the point here is that if you've got a male that you want to use as a stud dog, number one, you've got to start practicing with him when he's maybe 7-8 months old. Start seeing whether he can produce for you. AKC says a dog can be 7 months old or older, and he is allowed to be an AKC stud. If he's younger than that, they won't let you have a registered litter. But the point, and most dogs at 7 months aren't going to do crap. I mean, they're going to be 8-9 months before they do much. But the point here is, don't be in a situation where you need to use the dog today and you've never used him before, because you're not going to have much success. And if you want this dog to perform for you, keep him away from all females for at least 2 or 3 days prior to when you want to pull from him. And then stick him with a female right there and then try and collect from him, and you'll probably find you do much better. So that was Emma, actually, who said that. I then called her up because I knew that she had a problem. And we actually ended up shipping semen from 3 dogs at the same time, and she was going to try her dog too on one of them, and if that worked great, she'd use the other 2. So hopefully Emma will have some beautiful babies, maybe some of them from her guy and some of them from our guy, in the next couple of months. Do you ship to Canada? Do we ship dogs to Canada?
Oh, you could, but not now.
Not now.
I think.
Not with COVID.
What airline? Delta has quit
Yeah.
for now because of COVID. COVID's done some things, so it
COVID,
won't be long.
right?
We'll be
So
over this and be able to do that again.
COVID has not affected us at all in shipping semen anyway. That's not an issue at all. COVID's not affected us in terms of shipping our My Breeder Supply products. Not an issue whatsoever. But as far as puppies are concerned, the problem is that someone
I've had a couple of people from Canada calling, wanting to know.
But we've got 2 dogs in England that we've been trying to get over here for how long?
Well, since
COVID started.
the end of March, yeah.
So, and it's August now. So, so the answer is, if you're looking for a puppy, probably not going to happen right now. Where are we located?
Be patient.
Be patient. We're in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Lol, Tammy and James.
Buy from the U.S.
I always laugh at the bickering real people. We don't bicker, do we?
Who says we bicker?
I don't know. This is Sikram _PR.
This is
Anyway.
reality show right here.
Yeah. Somebody said that we're like Chip and Joanna Gaines. That was nice.
Somebody else had said that we were like Lucy and Desi.
Desi.
I think. I'll go put on a red wig.
Oh, here it is right here. I told my wife, this is Dale Harwell. I told my wife when we were walking tonight that James and Tammy are to breeding Frenches as Chip and Joanna are to fixing houses. That's nice. Thank you.
Wish my body was like hers. Be all young again. No wrinkles.
Yeah, well, hey, we're doing all right.
She's a pretty girl.
She's a pretty girl. Talented, too. Somebody's asking about the progesterone machine that we're selling. So what's included with it? Well, test kits, you have to buy those separately. They're $9 a test, which is dirt cheap. Get results in 15 minutes. We have not missed a dog since we've been using the progesterone machine. Really like it's, and also not gone into, and also being able to schedule all of our C-sections with the reverse progesterone timing. So I really like the machine. All right, we're not going to do. Do you ship to HK? That's not Hawaii. Is that? Where's
HK?
Is that
HK?
Is that Hong Kong? It is, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
No, I don't think so. Not at the moment. I mean, I don't know. Look, I mean, not at the moment for sure. And I mean, I don't know if I ever want to. I get worried about shipping a dog that far. I don't want a puppy to have problems. I mean, our puppies, you know.
If you have family here and they're coming to see you, then let that puppy
I mean, I'd say that if you want to ship a dog to Hong Kong, come visit us and we'll give you the dog and you can take it on the plane. Then I'd be happy about it. I don't think I want to ship. Look, here's the deal. When we ship dogs, they're always with a nanny, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
We don't ship dogs cargo ever. Somebody's talking about my Shipmate product. It says best thing out in the market. Hey, it is the only electronic shipping flask for semen that you can buy anywhere, and it's invented by us.
Got that little computer-controlled chip that keeps it at the perfect temp. Up to 5 days. We've had vets call us up
Yep.
Of course, we always send the backup when it's going to be late like that.
Yeah,
Missed the plane,
yeah.
you know, didn't make the delivery, whatever. You have that problem every once in a while that pops up. We go ahead and send another, but the vet will open the first original one after it's been 4 up to 5 days late. Open it up, and he'll say, "Holy cow, this is still good."
So my puppies are 3 days old and are in the incubator 24/7. I only take them out at feeding time. Mama sleeps with me in the same room as the puppies.
We talked about that the other day.
Oh, did we?
That's a big no-no, yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that answer.
No, you keep that mama with those babies. That's,
So we
that's
think.
her stuff right there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so, yeah.
We'd already talked about that.
We already talked about
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, right. Yeah. How can I contact you to purchase something? So the answer is you can call Tammy at...
Something. It's a
Well,
puppy.
if I
There
want
wasn't a puppy.
If they want to talk
Give
about
me a
puppies.
call.
Yep, what's your number?
580-799-1910.
If natural birth was to happen, what do we do with the umbilical cord?
Well, you don't eat it. I don't know. It might taste pretty good. I have no idea. Probably.
Well, the problem is Mum's going to eat it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
the,
protein or something.
the problem is that when you have a natural birth, that the umbilical cord connects the puppy to the placenta. The puppy's in an embryonic sac, and
Somebody will take that seriously.
I know.
Let's don't talk about that no more. You've been talking a long
I
time.
know. So the umbilical cord connects the puppy to connects the puppy to the placenta. And so when the puppy's born, it's in a sac. So if you're going to do natural birth, the first thing you need to do is get the sac off the puppy's face and get the umbilical cord and the placenta all together and get it away from Mum before she starts wanting to gobble it down. Look, in the wild, mums eat the placenta because, number one, it's a form of nourishment, and whenever you can eat food in the wild, you do. And the second thing is, if you leave a placenta around, you're going to ask other animals to come in there and maybe eat a puppy, and attract a puppy with it, and it would smell. So that's the reason why puppies do the what. So when you have a natural well, get the puppy, get it away from Mum, put a hemostat, some clamps, on the umbilical cord close to the puppy's tummy. Cut it with a pair of clean, sterile scissors, certainly ones that have been dipped in alcohol. Take some dental floss and tie the umbilical cord up close to the forceps, so you leave about maybe a 1/4 of an inch of umbilical cord on the puppy still. And the reason for doing that is, if you leave the whole umbilical cord there, Mum will chew it and lick it, and she might herniate that puppy and have an umbilical hernia.
Yeah.
Right. I think we've gone long enough on this.
Yeah.
So, how long have we been here?
Probably about 40 minutes.
God, 23 minutes.
Oh, has it been 23?
People get bored after about 10.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so,
Done.
hey.
Need to be done.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to us, because then we'll do more of these. Got questions? Send them in.
Yep.
If we're idiots, let us know. And what's the most important thing, Tammy?
Oh, stay safe. Make your children mind. And respect your elders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.